Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
There went Randy.
Pro show. Good evening, everyone. I had my internet shit the bed just before the show, and had to redo the router, and now it looks like same things happened to Randy here. So it's Jimmy and me right now. What's going on?
Nothing. Just gonna try out my latest build
Uh-huh,
tonight. Telly shape object. Remember I was saying I put that Ibanez Edge Pro in it. So took the router out.
Uh-huh.
Took a bunch out of the neck pocket. Wanted that bridge nice and flush with the body.
We've seen that body before, yeah?
Yep, but with a different neck and a different bridge.
That's a chunky neck on that thing, or what?
Nope, it's a little thicker than a Ibanez Wizard, but the shape's different. Ibanez is a little bit rounder in the back, and this is like a flat D, so it's got a little bit more shoulder than a Wizard.
Right.
And just
you like a bigger shoulder?
Maybe. I don't know. After a minute or two, it doesn't. I mean,
because they're so thin too, right? So you can get your paw around it.
Yep. So this neck is off of a 1990 PV Nitro with, I love that headstock.
They just did it. They said, "Fuck it, we're gonna do it," and they did it. Looks
6105 frets. Nice,
the best frets ever. Well, I guess we should start by saying hello to... I don't think I can do this, but let's give it a shot here. Where's our channel members? You know where that shit is, Jimmy?
Nope. I don't have the power.
I have the power, but I'm not smart enough.
You want to see my pecker?
No. That's not...
You want to see my pecker?
Oh, here we go. I guess we start by...
Hello.
There we go. Screw it. You guys know who you are. We do love you. Channel membership is available, but I don't know where you would click. Somewhere, you'll find it somewhere. And that gives you exclusive content. Not really, guys.
Kurt says he's here for summer nights. I don't think he's going to get that.
No summer nights. Not tonight. Not even a little bit. It's okay. It'll make it
Kush,
more.
man. What's up, Kush?
Oh, you do the hellos then.
Well, I can't show them on the screen because, like I said, I don't have the power. But I can just scroll through the chat here. We got Dan Gorman. What's up, Dan Gorman?
Hey, Dan.
L-Bar J. How's it going, Lee? Wayne McConnell. What's up, brother?
Brother Wayne.
There's Jimmy Biter, fucker.
What's up?
Greasy Monkey Guitars.
Oh, I think I can do this. There's a grease cleanup in aisle 7. Greasy Monkey to aisle 11. Please clean up.
I think some
grease.
geriatric slipped in it, broke a hip, call an ambulance. Amblam.
Ambulance. Call ambulance. Call ambulance.
Scroll in, Blue Mox. What's up, homie?
tempted to meddle with this shit over on the side now.
Randy. Christopher Lavsova.
How you doing, brother?
Edvis. What's up, Holmes? Scrolling. Stu Petty. What up? Earl Coli. Kind of a show time. Half a show. Third of a show. Mark's Gas Station. Welcome in. Jeff H. Thanks for dropping in. Haven't seen
Hey,
you
how
for a
you doing,
while.
brother? Yeah.
Randy.
Is he in the chat?
Brian. Well, I think so. Searching for tone. Brian, what's up, Holmes?
Hey, dude.
Thanks for coming in. CMBR Cucumber. Hey, hey.
Cuke.
Turn up your volume, Kush. I'm fine. Randy Jean Lovely One. What it do? It's a new name. Welcome in. Sorry this had to be your first show.
All right.
Guitar Talk Universe. I don't know what's there to say.
He's going live apparently
On
in,
Sunday.
10 minutes. No, he said 10 minutes here, I
Oh,
think.
in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
KXM Rock.
Brother KXMR.
No peckers. Well, you can't unsee it.
That's right.
Bo,
You wanna see
Guitar
my
Man
pecker?
45. What's up, homie?
Brother Bo.
Stu Petty. Did we already get Stu? If we did, we're saying it again. Hey, Stu. Six Fingered Assault.
Hey, Miles.
Hey, hey. Then
How's
back.
tomorrow treating
I'm
you?
I'm at the bottom? Oh, I'm already at the bottom. Well, if I didn't catch your name, I couldn't scroll all the way back up. So if I missed you, welcome in. This is a
Oh.
partially scale. Oh,
There we go. We got Robbie in the chat. That's cool.
what's up, Rob? We
Oh.
can't even call this a skeleton crew.
But
It's like
we
a broken
can,
femur and a partially barfed up heart.
Well, let's give Robbie some dogs. You know that?
Okay.
Oh, what's Edvis saying?
Do I have to pay a tariff to watch this?
No, but I probably will have to. I don't even know. One day I
20%.
hear there's tariffs, then there's no tariffs, then there's 25% tariffs, then there's 50% tariffs, then there's 150% tariffs, then there's no tariffs. It's like
Well,
I'm just gonna chill for a bit.
it's 20% tariff for the first 10 minutes and then 5% for every
Look at
extra
this.
20 minutes.
Sorry, everyone. We've had bad storm roll through the last hour and a half. The net has been going in and out. Apparently, it's on the out right now. Well, join us when you can. You got something to say?
Hit it.
That's what you're supposed to say. Holy discombobulation. It's all good. Sounded good, Jimmy. Sounded good. Randy was good for a minute there.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, what we got here. Welcome aboard, Sunshine. Quentin, is Quentin James
Or
here?
the Quentin.
This show is about as excited as Israel bombing Iran.
Is that a good thing or what?
Yeah, because there's no live video. Apparently, Israel is now attacking Iran at this moment. And there's no cell phone video or that. It's like, come on!
And LA is on fire to boot.
And should we be surprised by any of this?
You know, nothing screams First Amendment like looting a shoe store for work boots.
Jeff, it's type into YouTube dogs backing track, and it is in D minor. You should have it. If you got any issues, get a hold of me, and I can send you the WAV file.
Jeff came on and showed me up this morning with his Stratocaster widdly.
Well, I would invite him on, but he doesn't seem to pop on here or have time.
And then we talked about his dog chasing his cat around the house.
Chasing the cat around?
Yeah.
Cool. So you have a big announcement, don't you?
Yeah. After you guys stepped over Fruitcake Tony's not even cold yet dead body and took his time slot.
He was still alive and kicking full on.
We stepped over your dead bodies and took your time slot on Sundays at 5.
So what's the is there gonna be a theme to it or?
Well, the Friday show is going to be a lot stranger scale stuff, which really just means Steve's going to embarrass the crap out of Quentin James.
Cool.
Because nothing's ever going to be an E minor. It's going to be a whole tone scale or something stupid. And Sundays are going to kind of replace the Friday thing. But
So you're going to stretch it out and make it a party or what?
yeah, it's going to be more of a, like you guys kind of were doing on, invite everybody party. We want to figure out a way to how, even have like Kurt 5150 or Boner Jams. Just stop by for 10 or 15 minutes or half an hour. You don't have to play. Don't bring a guitar. Just talk about music, your experience with what, everybody knows Boner Jams loves Slipknot and
First awkward sexual encounter.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That would probably fit right in. Or we could have a special show as your creamy thighs hour, and have Jimmy come on.
There's only one guy that has the thighs of the creamster.
Or the first time you beat the crap out of somebody in McDonald's parking lot, tell that story.
I think it was a full Nelson.
Or the time the guy walked up through your window when you were in the drive-thru at Wendy's and he saw you with your hand on your pew-pew and decided it was best to walk away. So a friend says, allegedly.
Allegedly, yes.
Don't come up and say, can I bum $5? What, are you going to pay me back next week?
What?
We'll meet you at the drive-thru at the same spot.
What the hell here? I'm looking for
But
Welcome in Arkansas.
I politely told him to get please step away from my vehicle.
Don't you guys say vehicle?
Vehicle.
Vehicle.
Some guy was arrested here in I don't think it might have been in Louisville for apparently
Just for a minute. Arkansas.
Arky.
A year. Jimmy asked me to play this for you.
You want to see my pecker?
Did you get that, Arky? Jimmy requested that I send this to you.
You want to see my pecker?
Sorry,
In
Quentin.
other news,
So anyway, a guy
Silva
walked.
is in the chat.
A guy walks into a bar and chucks in a raccoon, and apparently the raccoon bit somebody, but the guy was arrested. And we have these, 17-year cicadas, right? They come out every 9 years or something. And they bump uglies and they die in like an hour. And the police were reporting that somebody flipped their car because a cicada flew in and scared them. And they said the suspect flew away. It's like, oh my God.
Those things are annoying.
Oh my God. And there's billions of them just everywhere.
What was it, 2015 in Kansas City? They had their, because there's different, like you said, different years. There's ones that do every 7 years. There's ones that do every 9 years. And then there's ones that go every 17 years. And the 17 years ones were these.
Brother Mitch.
Were the red-eyed bastards.
Yeah.
And holy crap, there were millions of them.
Yeah.
My backyard, I have big oak trees, and they were just covered.
And they're loud. They are loud.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a movie called Jeepers Creepers that was like that? Every 17 years, this fucking thing came out and killed everybody and then fucked off.
My ex-wife.
We also, my ex-wife. We also have, apparently the Chinese have sent over some killer ants. We have those in Kentucky. The murder hornets are gone. Apparently, we've eradicated the murder hornets here in the U.S. But now we have these ants. And then some type of carp that jumps out of the water. Have you seen those when they get scared?
Oh,
They're fucking jumping out of the water.
Been on the Arkansas River that's infested with them.
Yeah, that's the craziest. Oh my God, I can't believe that. That's dangerous.
The moment you start the motor on your boat and start moving, they just start flipping out of the water, and you almost need to have a stick to put in front of your face.
Dude, you're doing 20
strong enough.
20 miles an hour in a boat, man. You know, a 5-pound fish hits you in the head, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Ever see the scales on those things? Jesus.
It's a silver carp.
I remember a buddy of mine, fantastic guitar player. We used to go fishing. We'd go up to these lakes in the interior, and they're like glacier fed and colder, and so I'd never get in. But he's in there. He's in there snorkeling with. He's got the thing on and the doodly wop sticking out. And I'm sitting on the beach drinking a beer, doing something, and all of a sudden it's like this guy got hit by an electric fence, and he's come out of the water like Jesus Christ, and he walked fucking straight across the water and up onto the beach. I guess he was snorkeling around. He turned around and he saw there was a whole school, I guess, of carp, and they're like, it was the funniest thing I ever saw. It was hilarious, as you guys can tell by your laughter.
Yeah. Suckerfish.
There he is.
I was laughing even if they weren't, the ungrateful bastards.
That's why I brought you in. I saw you chuckling away, my friend.
I know. It's like, that was fucking funny.
Yeah, Steve, I was telling John that after they stepped over Fruitcake Tony's not even stiff yet dead body, you and I stepped over their not even dead yet bodies and took their Sunday time slot.
Jimmy stiff third nut.
You got to get in there before the rigor mortis sets in.
That's Ryan's MO, man. We got 2 off of Tony.
Has it been 2 off of Tony?
We got the Tuesday off of Tony when he gave up Halenville.
Oh.
It was the same thing. It's like, yeah, I got to make an announcement. We're quitting Halenville. In the chat, you hear this. You got it. And it was the same thing. It was the same thing when Tony announced the wrapping up the pick show. And just kind of, I think he already said it and announced and was like, okay, we're moving to Saturday. Okay.
There you go.
Yep.
That's all it takes, huh?
Yeah, I think part of that will be maybe just a little looser atmosphere, and do kind of what we're doing here, a lot, some bullshit. And Sunday seems to really be super heavy music focused, and might not be the most accessible for some people, right?
Yeah, so we're going to do Sunday's
exactly
gonna
what we were
be-
doing on Sunday. That's
No,
what Quentin told me.
basically everything that you do throughout the week on Sunday, and just
So if
no,
you want a condensed show and you don't want to see all of us fuckers, just watch Steve and Quentin. Sundays,
basically, so we're going to do everything that we normally do on a Friday,
right?
you know, with jamming and all that sort of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then Friday's going to be the GTU gets weird.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. That
Thanks
was
for
the thing.
letting
It's
me
like, oh, hang on a second, I don't need to find another slot that doesn't step on anybody's toes during the week. I can just move this to Sunday and make Friday night the weird stuff.
It's gonna have to jam a lot into an hour on Friday.
So I'm only going to whip out the toilet paper on Fridays.
You just get going and it'll be over. And I guess
Well-
we can take that up on Saturday, or you guys can come on our show. And
Yeah.
that says, dang, I'll have to be all set up and sober to go during this time.
Yeah, it's going to be life altering for some people, right?
Well, if you time it right, you can start. Who's the first one on Fridays?
Well,
You
Mitch and
guys?
Charles are on it
Immediately
Yeah.
after us.
at 10, right?
So you could start drinking. You could probably sit in the on panel with these guys, slide right into Chuck's show,
Yeah.
and then I think after that, Mishmash, Lori's Mishmash comes on,
Yeah.
so you could slide into that,
Yeah.
and then start all over again the next day.
There you go. That's all you need.
Welcome in, Mitch Heyman. Good to see you.
You're a funny guy there, Mr. Jeff.
I know, right? It's hilarious. He hops on with Q's crack of dawn freaking pop up this morning.
Right?
Like the first freaking thing I wake up to is Quentin sending me the bloody StreamYard link, and it's like,
Yeah.
nope.
But where are you, man?
I
Not
keep
doing it.
forgetting it's like 6 a.m. when it's noon here, and I don't know.
Well,
You-
I was Thursdays. I have to get up particularly early, which is probably regular time for Jimmy, but for me it's early.
But Jimmy's
Fourth.
insane.
4:30, I'm up, and 15 minutes later. Yeah. I'm
Sorry, I
getting text.
wasn't supposed to tell everybody, was I?
Leprechauns tell me to burn things.
I was getting texts at 5:30, and I was like, "You guys are fucking insane. What are you guys doing up?" It's 3 hours later, though.
Yeah.
Well, you
cool.
guys, these two guys over here, they use the metric system, so it's totally different clock.
Yeah, it actually makes sense.
And I don't quite get it.
Yeah, it's like
Get up at
19 something now,
o'clock.
isn't it?
Well, it's like I like to say to people when they say, "Oh, can you fax those documents over?" I say, "Oh, I can't fax because of where I am," and they go, "Why? Where are you?" I say, "Well, 2025."
25.
You want me to
You know the
email
only
them,
person-
text them, you name it,
Yeah.
I'll do it, but don't ask me to fax them.
It's funny because the only people I know that use fax machines anymore are
It's
doctor's
government.
office. Yeah,
Government,
and doctor's office. Like,
Yeah.
here's
By the
my
way,
prescription. Can you send that over to the pharmacy? Yeah, let me get the old.
Yeah, is that why it takes 6 months?
Yeah, I'm like, just fucking give it to me. I'll drive over there, man.
By the way, I don't know if y'all heard, but there are 2 nurses and a cardiologist at Louisville Cardiology that are currently in possession of Quentin fucking James guitar picks.
Well, there
Wow.
you go. You're
Wow, I
moving
thought
up,
you were going to
brother.
say something else.
And my heart
Wow.
is healthy enough for surgery, sex, but not to get a job. So,
And not surgery and sex together.
I don't know. They shoot you full enough of dope.
I heard
I'll
that the
try
nurses
anything.
there could make the patients without disturbing the beds.
Why is it that like every time I visit the hospital, the doctor always walks in and goes, "Mr. Billieu." Well, they call me Mr. Billieu because my last name's actually Billieu.
Yeah, we're aware of that.
May I see your penis, please? And
Yeah.
every damn time, and it's like, I came in for my shoulder, for God's sake. I mean,
Well, that's because you keep going from the hospital to the truck stop behind the hospital and waiting for him.
Yeah, I couldn't really say it any better, Randy.
Hey, $20 is $20. So
Well said, my friend.
Yep. Well, I saw a reel earlier. I saw this amazing story about a disabled guy who managed to climb Mount Everest. So if he can climb Mount Everest, he can get a normal parking spot.
Exactly. Just trying to offend all segments of all.
You got
groups
to.
here.
You got because you got to be fair.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
You-
It's
you
like
hate.
it's like jokes. It's like jokes about communism aren't funny unless everybody gets them.
Yeah.
uh-oh, Boss Man. Is that Boss Man? Do I see Boss Man?
Yeah. Don't worry.
I just see the avatar.
So did the doc tell you that he's going to give you enough propofol to make you
Pull me a Michael Jackson.
release your bowels halfway through the procedure, and then they're going to video it and then post it on Instagram?
I mean, if he's working up here, I don't know why he has to have his pants down too. I just never under. Like I said to my dentist, why do you have to have your penis out? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, that's it. You've scared John off.
yeah.
You crossed the line.
There we go.
Yeah.
It needs to breathe.
Right?
Kurt.
Yeah, my last name's not James.
You know, I saw. I don't know. It came up on my YouTube. It was 4th of July in Canada. Okay, picture this. There's a whole bunch of people around this kind of small lake, right? There's like 500 people. It's 4th of July. And you go across the lake, and then there's about 200 yards, and then this hill starts to go up and up and up and up. They launch cars off the fucking cliff. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, that's in Alaska, dude.
Yeah, they
Oh,
do it
it's
every
Alaska.
4th of July.
yeah, everybody knew that except me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's the craziest thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
no, some of them they jam the throttle and just give them a shove,
Eh,
and others are thrown off with electric winches.
oh my God.
Yeah.
And they'll hit that body of water, and that's still pretty close to those people, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Look, they're rednecks. You gotta. It's
still
full send.
safer. It's still
Yeah.
safer than standing right on the edge of the road at a rally race.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so it's crazy Sweden people.
Or when you're running down the hill chasing that thing of cheese. Don't tell me people don't just break their collarbones and
Oh,
shit.
dude.
Oh
You're
my
talking about the
God.
one in England? Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
There's injuries all the time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's kind of the whole point.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's not until you actually see that hill that you realize just how steep it is. Like, I think it's about a 50-degree incline. Like, it's beyond 45 degrees. And it ain't smooth. Like, there's
Yeah.
lots of holes to shove your ankle in and give it a good twist, you know. Oh, yeah, there's plenty of them, get knocked out and concussed and everything. It's good.
It's good stuff. But just to see those cars, just they had a Winnebago that they put it on that winch, right?
Yeah.
You know, that rail thing. And when it finally, I mean, it's got to be a 700, 900 foot, you know, I mean, it just exploded. It was like, oh my God, you people are crazy.
They're just, plywood boxes. So,
Ah.
yeah. So where did John go? Did we lose him? Did he need a cigarette and wasn't as cool as Quentin to smoke it on screen?
You can't smoke in the house.
Smoke in the house. Yeah. What tuning you in, Jimmy?
Team Boner Jams Chaser. I need to talk to.
Any tuning.
I need to talk to.
I guess, like, I'll just name a tuning and then you'll just spin around and grab a guitar. Yeah. Are you in standard?
Yep.
There you go.
Kurt, I need to talk to Boner Jams.
Touch a.
See if he lit up that.
You want to Drop
that
C.
ding dong candle
C
that I
sharp.
got him.
Yeah.
What? Drop C sharp.
No, the grown-ups are talking, Quentin. It's okay.
I was talking about a
you carry
ding
on
dong
talking
candle.
to your friends, you know. Oh, he's back. Look at that.
Yeah, as soon as Ryan's thing came up, everything just went.
Beg your pardon? What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing about factory.
I didn't even know he was there with you.
He's in the green room, it looks like, or somebody's with his avatars in the green room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see.
Doctor, I broke my arm in 3 places. Then
Yeah,
don't
well,
go to
back
those
to
3
people.
places.
Yeah.
Ba-da-da.
Yeah, every time I have a hot cup of tea, I get a stabbing pain in my eye. Well, take the spoon out.
Exactly.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh,
All right.
look who's back.
Randy's internet
For
works.
fuck's
Not using
sake.
any
Holy
software.
Oh, boy.
hell.
Hey, Randy, how's it going, buddy?
Oh man, we'll see how long it lasts this time.
You need to rewire your dial-up or something. Did your
You
fax
just-
machine kick on while you were online? And
No, doesn't have anything to do with the fucking massive storm we just had roll through here.
And Comcast?
Apparently there was some kind of global outage today with multiple ISPs.
Yeah.
But no, as soon as it started lightning real bad, the internet started acting all screwy.
You know whose fault that was, eh, Randy?
I think it's Comcast's fault. Fuck them.
Musk, I'm assuming.
It's either him or the what do they call him?
It's
The
not
yellow man?
Iran.
The orange man.
Colonel Mustard.
It's Iran's fault.
Iran.
I don't remember who asked, like 2 people asked before my shit crapped out.
About your guitar.
Yeah, it's a we've done
Requesting
a guitar.
isolation.
We've done a guitar salon. It's a 2016
one. Yeah.
George Lynch limited run burnt tiger. No, it is not a crab. It is a it's a steer skull inlay on the 12th.
Yep.
So, if you want to know more about this guitar, go find our Guitar Salon episode on it.
Yeah.
Go in depth. All right, no more isolation. Cool. Hey, Steve. Glad you could drop in.
Hey, Randy, how's it going?
I'm glad my understudy Quentin showed up for me.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Do we want to jam something while we're all here?
Why not?
Yeah, that's what we do, ain't it?
Key of E work for you, buddy?
Say what?
As long
Quentin.
as it's E major for Quentin.
He
major it is.
particularly prefers the major keys these days.
Oh, so we can do this then.
He very much likes Lydian dominant. He's really got into that.
Just
let me Google whatever the hell Lydian dominant is.
did you say
Fuck.
did you say Phrygian dominant?
Yeah.
Now I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't have a metric
Seriously,
system guitar.
Are you like an E major these days?
Not really.
No.
Okay.
He doesn't understand that E major
You
is
got
C sharp
anything
minor.
in Super Locrian?
It's ho ho
we don't
half.
have fucking
Ho ho
anything
ho
in-
half.
In basic Locrian,
Anything in
motherfuckers.
Super Lucian?
Super fucking Locrian.
You know what?
It's a
You know,
hit.
I bet Steve wouldn't mind that F sharp Nick Johnston track that everybody else hated.
Let's do that one in a bit. Let's do something we can all play.
Hey, yeah, if I'm still here, go ahead.
Dude, I don't
That's
care.
what I mean.
Play
Whatever you got.
Minor.
Woo!
Go
Do you
for
want
it.
to start, Quentin? Like, are you that hyped up? You want to start?
Yeah, let me
played this one
mute. Let me
before,
mute
buddy.
my mic before Randy
Hey,
tells me
don't
to
forget.
shut up.
Put your wire on.
War.
Wire.
Get your war on.
Put a G in front of that. Yeah.
And some fake vomit and blood and jizz. Here we go. Sounds wonderful, Quentin.
Nice ending.
That sounded like an ending.
Okay, it's over.
Randy's back. How you doing, bro?
Well,
What happened?
The fucking internet. They sent a thing out saying we've resolved an issue in your area. Please reboot your shit. So I just rebooted everything.
Does your internet
Holy
kick off?
Jesus, look at this.
Does your internet kick off every time the phone rings or something?
No,
Every time it's his turn recently, he just, gotta go.
no, we got the internet issue fixed. They come out and ran a new drop from the pole to the house like 2 months ago. I'm telling you, we had a bad thunder and lightning storm come through here at like
Gotta use
fucking
sign
8 o'clock.
Are you running the signal through your Synergy or something?
I don't even have to do that. Watch this. Bye.
I'm trying to
Shut
get
up,
all my
Quentin.
stuff rebooted and everything. We had
dear.
storms roll through here as well. So I think I've got everything back where it should be. What's up, boys?
Hey, Ryan.
How's it going?
What's going on, brother?
Did you get
I
hit
had,
by that shit too?
Yep. I think I've got my whole stereo receiver upstairs for my surround sound got hit. So we took a strike here. So trying to figure out
Oh,
what all.
you had a voltage spike?
Yeah, trying to figure out what all has been damaged. So far, it looks like just that upstairs receiver, but we're good. We're good.
Yeah. I was in here kind of like warming up about 8 o'clock and I heard the lightning through my headphones.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, I'm turning all this shit off.
Oh.
Even though everything's on a surge.
Yeah,
Still.
all of my rack gear and everything that gets unplugged every time I'm done. It's unplugged, but you know
You
the
don't
other
have a
stuff.
surge on your main panel?
No.
Well, and the trouble with a lot of surges is they're like one and done.
Yeah.
So if there's a bad strike
And
near
if-
you,
if it's
yes,
something-
it'll protect you, but then it's done. It doesn't tell you anything. So.
Well, they
And-
got like
Yeah.
a pyro fuse now, right? Where it's kind of a bolt-in thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets struck, it breaks. So you got to replace the pyro fuse.
Yeah, but you know,
Supposedly saves everything else.
if you're hit hard enough, it's gonna hit some stuff anyway. So
Right.
well, I've got just a couple minutes, so I figured maybe I would come on, just say hello and see what was going on. John, you have successfully gone through like a tornado and just totally annihilated the control panel over there. So
Yeah, sorry about that.
I was getting that fixed up real quick. I'm like, how do they delete all this stuff? So anyway,
Did I delete shit?
yeah,
You touching buttons, John?
Well, I can't.
Fuck me, I was pounding buttons.
Yeah, you
I was
did
looking for our
Quentin.
channel members because the thing said channel members, so I clicked that and it just went dark.
Is that why it was running when I came in the room originally?
No, I didn't anticipate having to do any of that because you usually take care of that, Randy.
It should be fixed now. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. See, there's all of our channel members.
There we go. For my mess up, now we've got it for everybody.
Yep, and there is everybody, all the channel members. So thank you.
When I came in the room originally before the show, there was nobody in here, so I could send Jimmy the link, and the channel members thing was running when I came in here.
It may have been where I updated it earlier today. But anyway, it's working again.
You're gonna have to show me how to fix it.
Upper decker.
What's Ed
Go
going
shit
on
in the
about?
fucking tank.
Have too many podcasts on YouTube. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
we
you
got
have
one
no
less now.
podcasts. How's that, motherfucker?
Dead.
No.
It's not like we increased it. We just moved one. So
No, we did this on purpose, very purposefully, so Steve and Quentin would have a time slot on Sunday so they could stretch out and not
There
be
you go.
confined to just 55 minutes.
is
Right.
that time
Get
slot
fucked,
going
Ed.
to work out for you guys?
Yep. Yeah, and then we've retaining the Friday, but that'll become the GTU gets weird.
Well, there you go.
So
I love you, Ed.
all the highbrow headache-inducing theory.
Nice.
So John
Cool.
will be there.
Can you
Throwing up everywhere.
can you cover like the Hungarian and harmonic
Fuck
minor?
the Hungarian or
Yeah.
harmonic minor. You
Well,
play
I'm
them once
going
and
to do
it's
the
whole
double
thing's
harmonic
done.
major as well. That's going to be one. That's got some fun stuff in it.
Well, I
And,
want to learn the evil sounding shit.
Yeah. That's got all the weird Middle Eastern shit in it. Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah, cover that, or else I'm gonna have to like pay you for
Fucking Tim
weekly
Hortons.
lessons.
Here we go.
That stuff.
Okay, Mom, hold on.
Your mom dead?
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean, fucking hey, you're like 1 foot
Yeah,
grave
that's
on the
the
banana
thing.
peel.
150. Are you gonna? You said you only got a few minutes, Ryan. Are you gonna rock us with some?
No, he's just going to remind me again that my mom is dead.
Shut up, Quentin.
Yeah, my mom's dead too. Shut the fuck up. Are you
I,
gonna
I,
give us
I,
some-
I
Well, at
suppose
least they only died once, unlike poor R2's grandma.
R2's,
Oh,
yeah, she's
man.
on like number 18. I mean, I can. You guys want to pick a trans trim tune? I can bust out real quick and then get the heck out of here.
Not so
if
much.
I had my druthers, I would listen to you play Sorrow.
Sorrow?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay, I can do that, I guess.
That's always a good one. I'll make sure I come in at the very end and ruin it. like
There
I
you
did
go.
That one time.
Quentin, please feel free to put your mic down by your strings and just tinkle tankle all the way through, please.
And then turn
I
your
do that
guitar volume
sometimes,
up and turn your wah pedal on and
Just sweep it, yeah. Highest gain channel. We'll all do it, Ryan. It'll be atmosphere. Looking forward to it, Eddie.
There we go. There we go.
You got it out of you?
Got it out of me.
Cool.
Let's see. Now it says, now play Summer Nights the way Satriani should have played it. I mean, I'm down.
Your show, man. Give her. You got it in you.
Do a twofer.
Twofer.
I guess that warmed me up.
Now you're getting the itch.
Oh, jeez. All right. Take two.
Sure, I'll head out for the coast. What do you say, fellas? That might just call for a toast. And what do you say? I'm gonna line. You grab that pole. I'll get you down. Little fishing hole. Wow, them girls are fighting good tonight. Oh. Well, yeah. Summer nights at my radio. Well, that's all we need, baby. Don't you know? We celebrate when the gangs are here. Hot summer night, you're my time of the year.
Thank you, sir. And we appreciate the, I know what it was, $51.50, but $5.15. A little Thank you, Ed. Appreciate it, man.
I did not even put that together.
Who's got their wall pail wide open?
Steve had doggy duty.
What? Oh, Steve had doggy duty.
He'll be back, he said. He said he might be back.
Might be back. All right.
Depends if the ambulance came.
Ambulance.
Well, that's going to be it for me, boys. So,
well, that was a pleasant surprise.
I'm going to say hi and goodbye to everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody Saturday night.
Right. It's going to be a good old hoedown.
Now, here's the thing, Randy.
Hoedown.
We're going to have to start off early Saturday morning.
Oh, shit.
Because Mr. Green is available, I think, between 11 and 3. And then we got to get back for the big old shenanigan shindig Saturday night. So
that requires you to be that requires being on the interstate at fucking like no later than about 7:30 in the morning.
7:30 in the morning on your side of town, or?
Well, it depends on where you get on at. I mean, I got on in like, I guess Brazelton. Well, no. I was in Brazelton by about 8 o'clock. I went 285 to 85. I went the long way. I found a quicker way on the way back, but
So what time does it mean I need to be at your house to pick your butt up?
That's cool, Bo. If you have time, pop on Saturday and show off your stuff.
Right on.
I'm trying to think. Well, are we meeting him where I met him before?
I don't know. We haven't got that far, but he said he was available between 11 and 3.
11 and 3, and it's going to
Hard
take
out
us,
at 3.
It's going to take three and a half to get back.
Jesus.
Well, that's fine. So we leave at 3 or whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
all right.
You got a speedy little sports coupe you can
Yeah.
shave some of that time off.
No, once you get to South Carolina, you're not.
All
There's
those.
You have those
South
radar
Carolina,
detectors?
South Carolina popo every few miles. Last time I went that way, especially going through like Greenville and Spartanburg. Yeah,
I'm good. I drive the speed limit, so we'll be fine. All right, we'll work it out. We'll see everybody Saturday night, and I am out of here. So later, boys.
All right.
Thanks for jumping in and handling some business tonight, Quentin. Even though your tone sucks, we'll see you.
sucker.
What a guy. What a guy. Well, seeing as you are a guest, Q, is there anything in particular you would like to play? Any
It
particular
don't
key?
matter to me. Just no kiss. No kiss.
No kiss.
No kiss.
No kiss.
You're not a kiss guy, are you?
Dude, out of all my years, I have never learned one kiss song. Play that one Kiss song. I was made for loving you, baby.
I don't know the disco era.
God.
That's how they sang it too, just like that.
AC/DC never did
I
a
sent
song
Ryan
like that, did they?
I sent Ryan a clip the other day on Instagram of Paul Stanley playing a GL Steinberger, and he just sit back. Fuck that guy.
Was he dancing around and all this
Oh yeah,
disco?
it was like 1986,
You know, oh,
maybe
my
87.
He apparently has quite the guitar collection, eh?
He does. I watched his Gibson collection thing. He's got a shitload of vintage Les Pauls and V's and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, do you guys like Tone Talk or not? You
Yep.
okay with that?
Yeah, of course.
Guess who's going to be on next episode?
Not you.
Richie Kotzen.
Oh,
Cool.
I told him I'd give him $1 billion if Richie would tell the story about why he was kicked out of Poison.
yeah, but Huzansky knows that you don't have $1 billion cents, so
Well, yeah. And did you see two things? Brad the Guitarologist apparently is done with YouTube.
For now.
that's the dude that thinks you're in the FBI, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Helix came out with the new,
Yeah, I saw that.
God knows what it is. I don't care. I got, unlike Jimmy, I got one more in me. Ha!
Jimmy usually gives them out.
Yeah, Jimmy's prolific.
What key, Quentin?
I don't care. Whatever you got.
I believe this is in the key of E.
Ah. We're going minor or major or just make it up as we go? Or...
You,
I'll
you-
just
you
hit that
get-
one
you-
note and we'll find out real quick.
You'll get away with the minor.
Jam tracks for days.
I think it's E. Yep.
Hold on, let me turn up there. I can't hear it.
Awesome, boys. Awesome.
And John,
Edvis?
why would you switch to me if it's clearly Quentin's go?
Well, you were the fifth one to come in, so it was kind of your go.
Yeah.
But Edvis, go fuck yourself, buddy. Love you. I play my parts the way I want to play my parts. You don't like it?
Did you play parts?
Just a small part. Half of them were fucking wrong, but it's okay. Now Steve's here. We're going to play some fun stuff.
You want me to dig something up?
Oh, no.
Oh, Jimmy left.
Let's see. What have we got?
Drop your wah pedal, Quentin.
What was this F sharp thing I heard somebody mention?
Yeah, let me get that one. Let me find that one.
Wow.
Fuck you, Randy. Trying to spotlight you, you cocksucker. Go for it, Steve. F sharp.
An F sharp what?
Minor.
Very quiet track. You are getting Fanta.
Who? Oh, the bullshit at the end.
The fade out, yeah.
The fade out into the.
Nobody
Yeah, that was
needs
fun.
any of those. Yeah.
I like that one because a bunch of the wrong notes work.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
It's
I
got
find,
space.
yeah, the thing I find with it is it's not your typical stock kind of riff.
Right.
So the resting notes and the phrasing, it's like, okay, that's not necessarily what I expect out of a standard band.
Because that chord progression's what? F sharp, F, D, C?
Eh. And then it modulates.
And
up
then
to,
it's like B, A sharp.
eh.
I forget what the chorus part is. I think it's B, A sharp, G, C. Something like that.
Fucking Jimmy comes and nails it. That was awesome, man.
Yeah.
You weren't bad either, Steve.
Nailed
That's
You
your
say
wheelhouse.
that's a Nick Johnson one?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Or in the
good to know.
style of.
Oh, okay, I'm with you. AKA Nick Johnson Oid.
Right. I'm a big.
There was a
Nick Johnson
question in
fan.
here which was like seemed very random, and I'm not sure who it's for. So some Dave dude says, "What radius is that?" I'm just wondering who he was asking.
I thought he was talking about Jimmy's hammer there.
Oh, probably.
It's like an 8-inch radius.
No, 7.5, man.
That's called girth. Girth. Yeah.
No, 16-inch radius. That's you, beer can man.
You.
You.
Which
yeah, who
you?
the fuck
Me,
is
you? Is it me because I asked the question?
Yeah, probably.
And in which case, yes, the answer is 16.
Oh, well, if he was asking me, and yes, in that case, the answer is 16.
Yeah. And the guitar.
Your Ibanez never had one yet.
weren't
That sounds like a guy talking about banging different races of women.
Weren't
Cambodian? I never had one yet.
Yeah.
weren't the early Jims 12-inch radius?
No. I mean, maybe the Joe Dispagni ones, but no.
Man, that
aren't.
that 87 RG 750 was a 14-inch radius.
So, and Steve can answer this because he knows way more about shit like that than I do.
Let's see.
But when it comes to the radii, the different radii of the board,
Yes.
it really depends on what the nut and the bridge is radiused at
Yep.
for total feel. Now, and this is just my opinion and my experience and my not knowing technical terms properly.
Thanks for coming, Eddie. Appreciate you, buddy.
See you, bud. I struggle playing anything that's rounder than a 12-inch radius. Like I've played a couple custom shop strats last weekend that were fucking 7 1/4 and 9 1/2, and oof,
Yeah.
they played great, but it took a good 5-10 minutes of playing on them to get used to it. Because you
Well,
can't
yeah,
can't really slam the action on a 7 1/4 inch radius.
No,
by any
because obviously
means.
if you try to bend anything, then you're dealing with that curvature and you're just choking out. So you've got to get over the middle of the fretboard, as it were.
Right. So, like, if you take, like, this guitar is a 16-inch radius, and it's a 45 millimeter nut, but George actually uses an R3,
Okay.
which this guitar, this R3 is a 12-inch radius, and your Floyd is a 12-inch radius.
Yeah.
So even though your fretboard's a flattered 16, your string
Yeah.
radius is still 12.
Same
Well,
here,
and-
brother. Yeah.
And do you see that, like, in terms of when you're looking at the action, like your 2E's are nice and low, but everything else is higher in the middle?
To a point, it's not super noticeable on this guitar, but you would definitely so I've got another neck on the way for a guitar I'm refinishing and redoing. And
What color are you doing it in, Randy?
I went with a 16-inch radius on it just because I like the way this neck feels. It's a little, you've played the George Lynch necks. They're a little chunkier.
Yep.
Would you say they're a D shape or a
Yeah,
C?
well,
or
certainly
a-
some of the older ones are definitely D shapes where they have shoulders to them, like some of the very early Charvels did as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I think ESP actually calls it like the GLU profile, but it's the back of the neck's like flat, but it's got shoulders.
Yes, exactly.
So, but I find this neck very comfortable. So I ended up going with the asymmetrical, the Stevie Ray Vaughan profile, which is like
Yeah, that's a good
it's like
shape.
0.840 to 0.970 or something like that. But I wanted the flat radius because I'm going to put an R3 nut on it. And I'm sitting there, should I just use the 12-inch radius nut and bridge, or should I order some shallower saddles that are radius for 16 or
Well, you can just buy the little shims and dial it in exactly how you want it.
Yeah, but it's cleaner just to have the. But after talking to 40 Grit and whatnot, because he's got a bunch of the Lynch guitars, he's like,
Yeah.
man, if you're used to playing Floyd's with a 12-inch radius, no matter how flat the board is, he's like, start there and just see if you really need to shim saddles or whatever. He goes, he said, you're probably going to put the stock stuff on that flat board and love it.
Yeah.
So there's that. Just because your fretboard's flat doesn't mean your radius. Your
Oh no,
actual
it doesn't have to
string
be, because
radius is-
obviously, you know, when you're just dealing with more traditional guitars like Strats or whatever, you've got individually adjustable saddles.
right.
A lot of people will have the action very slightly higher on the D and the G than they do on the rest of it, just so they can kind
You've
of
got
dig
it
in a bit
higher on
more.
mine.
Yeah.
We don't want it completely flat.
No. But I mean, in terms of when I say higher, as opposed to exactly following the radius.
Right.
Whereas I like my guitars to follow the radius.
I think you've got mine following the radius on this one.
Yeah.
So this one being a 12 on a 16, you would be like, nah, I got to fix that.
No, I wouldn't hate it, but I would feel the difference. The more important bit would be the 16-inch radius. That's the good bit,
Right.
you know.
Because like even that JP16 I had, it's a 16-inch radius board with Floyd on it that's 12-inch radius.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just anything that's rounder than like even like the EVH Music Mans that are 10-inch radius, I struggle on those.
No, I can play a 9.5 if I'm not expected to do anything too meadly kind of thing, like for just playing rhythm parts or whatever. Fine. But I much prefer 12 or flatter.
You like it that way too, eh, Jim?
Yeah, I think I'm really getting into, because a lot of the shit I play, it's either 14 to 16 in there, but I don't know. I'm starting to favor 12. a
Come
lot
to the
lately.
dark side. Come.
That's what
Soon you'll be at 9.
this green single pickup guitar with the Ibanez neck on it, because that's a Pro 540S 1987 with a 12-inch radius on it, and the Godo is a 14, so it's close enough to where you can't even the third and fourth strings might be slightly lower than the first and the sixth on there, but it's really not noticeable. But with Steve, that's about as tight as I'll go, because after that, because I like to do really steep bends and start getting a little bit tighter than that, and it's like
I just don't like. I mean, I know a lot of kind of more bluesy players who love to dig in and get under. Like if they're doing a bend on the B string, they relish the idea that their fingernails are under the G, and they're pushing it up out the way. And it's like, no, I can't do that. I want them all nice and tidy. I want my fingers on top of them. None of this digging
I
a
use
hole
my
to Australia
finger pads
garbage.
to mute the shit above. Not fucking fingernails underneath.
Well, I think
Oh no, I've seen it like with the 7.25 boards where you have
Right.
to have a high action in order to do
yeah.
bends, and they do. They'll bend the B and they're under the G string.
Well, if you
You know.
if you ever notice guys that do that and play that way, like John Mayer and Philip Sayce and all that, those guys that do that dude's just insane. But when they do those bends, their thumb is like they're using their thumb to mute the other strings.
Yeah,
Like their thumb just slung over the board. Like Steve said, their ring finger will be up under the next string. It's like, not for me.
it's a weird thing. Doesn't work for me. Yeah.
Well, you're more of a classical style thumb on the back of the neck player.
Well, that's
anyway.
only because I pulverized my wrist, so it doesn't work properly. So I had to make adjustments. I'll show you. Works fine that way. Does that. Doesn't do that.
Oof.
Yeah. Not good for a guitar player.
Could re-break that and try and set it up again for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Do the old
I
screw
actually
adjustments.
I talked to a surgeon, and
Yeah.
they said like the likelihood of it getting better and the sort of healing rehab time you'd have, you're probably better off never even doing it. Yeah.
No, you've got the dice was rolled and
Yeah.
you're too far into the game to start
Yeah,
messing
exactly.
about.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that could be 6 months of not playing kind of thing.
Yeah.
So.
And you'd sound almost as
And then
bad
that's
as me.
then is it better? Is it worse? Well, what's the outcome? So
Yeah, there's always is it going to be worse?
yeah, I mean, I've dealt with it for nearly 41
Exactly.
years. So
And you're no slouch, man. So you've sorted it out.
yeah, I mean, I have a very bendy first knuckle to my thumb, in order to enable me to be on the back and get the reach I can with my little short fingers.
Girls
So-
like it too.
Yeah.
Call that the cul-de-sac, the reverse cul-de-sac. No, you want to play one more before you go to bed, Randy?
Sure.
Let's do what Steve-O does with this one.
I haven't played guitar all week. It's been one heck of a week. It's
Well,
not.
it's A minor. I already know where he's going with on that.
Uh-oh. Where's Quentin?
No, it's not. There's nothing. It's more feel than anything. Okay. You want to run this for the minute? Because I got to go and take a piss.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that loud enough? Loud enough?
I can hear it.
Yes.
Jimmy!
Yeah.
Killing it, man.
Sorry about the noise, Randy. Fuck you.
I don't care.
That's a real fun one. I like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
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 Look at this fucking guy. Lurking and working.
Jerking, more like it.
What's up, Blue Mox? Tell Sugar Tush we said hello.
That's what he's working on.
Cool. All right. Well, it's 11 o'clock. Or 11:30 almost. I got to go to bed.
It's bedtime.
Thanks for coming out. Gotta go.
Yeah.
Steve-O?
Well, that was one Rocky of a show. I tell you what I know.
Yeah, for real. Trev out, Ryan
like-
in and out, me in and out.
It's like
Yeah,
when you
where's
crash land a
Trev?
plane, it's still a successful landing.
I think we've had worse.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. We did have the one where I was alone for like 35, 40 minutes. That was interesting.
That's when he got his idea to become a solo act.
Yeah. You guys are all fired.
Yep. I'm going to get my acoustic and I'm going to braid my beard.
Nowhere else to go.
Oh, come on, you do. There's always a McDonald's parking lot that needs you somewhere.
Right.
Just hide behind the dumpster inconspicuously. I'll disguise myself as a pile of old hamburgers.
Jimmy, is that you? No, it's the Hamburglar.
I got a tray and I ain't afraid to use it.
I'm gonna rub you out, see?
Why, no, it's Santa Claus. Merry Christmas.
Everybody, thanks for coming out tonight and enjoying this fucking circus.
Yeah, because it is your circus and it is your monkeys.
And we're the monkeys.
Your turn tomorrow night, brother.
Is it Friday tomorrow?
Yep.
Oh, I guess so then. Yeah.
You gonna have Rob on anytime soon? Again?
Yeah, quite possibly. Yes, but not tomorrow. Not tomorrow.
No. He's my favorite.
Yeah, because he plays those Winky Wonky scales you like so much.
That I try to and fail miserably 98% of the time.
You just gotta
That's okay.
like practice them and shit. That's the thing.
I know
don't
it's
do.
weird, right? It's like, can't I just know them?
What do you mean I can't just come on 5 minutes after you guys have started and turn the amp on and join in and be awesome? No.
Well, actually, it's like tonight. I actually said, "Well, shit, I'll sit down and warm up a little bit before the show," and then I got like 5 minutes in and heard the lightning come through my headphones. I'm like, nope, there goes that idea.
Yep.
Roll them up.
Yeah.
Roll them up and lock them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the internet going in and out, and I don't know. It threw my vibe off. I was ready to go, and it's just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna phone it in for the rest of the night now, I guess.
KXM's twerking, man.
Yeah.
Is that better than tweaking, or
Definitely better than tweaking, I would think.
probably?
He's standing up on his sofa, bent over, doing the.
We gotta go.
Twinking.
Girls do?
We gotta go.
Twinking.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We'll see you, I guess, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Heaven forbid we say something that we shouldn't.
6 p.m.
Again.
Specific.
Specific.
Yeah, specific time. Not this
The right
estimated time.
Mark's gas station.
7 o'clock. Nobody gives a crap. Time zone.
Right. 7 o'clock time zone doesn't exist.
Well, nobody lives there. Not through choice, anyway, right? Ended up there by accident, maybe.
There's gold in them there hills.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Catch you Saturday. See ya.
See you, everybody.
Time is slow.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you.